What's up, you jabronis? Mythic Quest is Rob McElhenney's new show. Of course, we all know Rob from his excellent hit performance as Man Shot in the Face with Arrow in Game of Thrones, and of course, his excellent moderation of the Game of Thrones Comic-Con panel back in 2016? I don't know. He also had some little known show about a bar or something, but anyway, now he co-stars alongside Australian actor, Charlotte Nickdow. I'm definitely mispronouncing that name, so don't at me. And others in this new nerdy show about a hit MMORPG TFK. Rob plays the egomaniac creator of the hit game Mythic Quest, which you could easily liken to a game as massive as, say, World of Warcraft back when it was in its prime. The hit game is releasing its first expansion in the show, and things don't go as smoothly as it should as the company struggles with keeping their toxic fans satisfied whilst inter-office politics runs rampant. The show has Silicon Valley vibes mixed with the tried and tested office conflict setting and co-worker relationships and all that shit, but it's set to the backdrop of the gaming industry. I'm gonna give the first season of this show like 3 out of 5 digital shovels. If you want to stick around to see how I came to this conclusion, then please do. Otherwise, check out one of my other super awesome cool videos, or, don't. Just go outside and climb a tree or something. I don't know what turns you on, man. Just do whatever, as long as it's consensual. Spoilers for the first season of Mythic Quest. So, I'm a huge Sunny fan, of course. I'm going to watch pretty much anything any of the main cast from that show do. And seeing as this show was written and co-produced or whatever by both Rob McElhenney and Charlie Day, along with others, I had pretty high hopes for this show. Now, I'm only gave this show 3 stars or whatever because it's a bit slow. Aside from a few gaming tropes that I felt didn't quite work, they were easy enough to look over. The show's pacing was fine, but largely uneventful. There was no real wow moment for me, and although there were a lot of amusing bits, the show wasn't a laugh-out-loud extravaganza aside from a few moments. There were some very serious moments in the show as well, thus it was difficult to see exactly what they were aiming for. Like, is it a drama, is it a comedy, is it a dramedy? It's kind of both, but the comedy wasn't really funny enough to justify the more serious moments, but that's just me. I'm not really a drama guy, so thematically the show didn't resonate with me as much as it might with others. And this has nothing to do with the cast nor the direction the show took. Everyone in Mythic Quest gives outstanding performances. I particularly like the performance of the character C.W. Longbottom, played by F. Murray Abraham, but I feel like it could have pushed the boundaries of what you can and cannot say in the TV show a little more. It was funny but not really edgy, and that could just be my expectation due to Always Sunny being so savage. Like, it's a pretty they get away with a lot of politically incorrect stuff there, and I kind of thought maybe some of that would spew over into this, and it does a little bit in moments, but not heaps. I like sick jokes, and this had few, but that's okay. That's just my personal taste. I'm very much looking forward to season 2. I reckon if they crank up the edginess without trying too hard, it's easier said than done, I'll admit. This show could be really special. For now though, it's good. It's just not, maybe it's not great, I don't know. It's the first season, we'll see how it goes. So I'm just gonna finish with 3 things I liked about the show, and 3 things I think they could improve upon. Again, this is just my personal taste, man. The show has been received well, pretty well critically, so yeah, I don't know, check it out. If you like Always Sunny guys, rickety crickets in it and shit, and you want to see what these actors can do with different characters, then check it out. And there's also a great supporting cast as well. So 3 things I liked. As mentioned, C.W. Longbottom is hilarious and pretty much steals every scene he's in. Asian Australian lead. I mean, I think she's Asian. I don't know. I don't really like C race, But anyway, if she is, it's nice, to have that representation. It's another thing. You don't see that too often. You don't often see too many Asian leads, let alone Australians. So it was refreshing to have a diverse cast that's not diverse for the sake of it. Like, they barely mention that she's Australian or Asian or anything at all. She's just there because there's Asian and there's Australian people in the office. So it has a nice diverse cast, but it's not on the nose. They even do an ethics bit in the series that kind of makes fun of having diversity for the sake of it. And this was one of the more edgier jokes in the show, and it was funny as fuck. Also, Charlotte Nickdow, however you say her name, she absolutely nailed the performance as she slowly descends into madness. It's very funny. Another thing I like, it displays geek culture or pop culture without making fun of nerds. Like, it's there, the geeky jokes, but it's not just like teasing the fans of the genre. It almost embraces. It's like, this is made for gamers, I guess, or nerds or geeks, whatever. It's not necessarily making fun of them. It's like, everyone plays video games these days. Old people, young people, cool people, not very cool people. It's the fastest or largest growing media industry in the world or some shit. I don't know, I made that up, but it's probably is. So how they talk about it without making fun of it, fans of the genre anyway, is nice. It's refreshing. 3 things that could have been better. I think better accurate representation of video games. I mean, they had inaccurate representation, so this trope comes up all the time, and like, I'm a gamer, but everyone games. It's not really how MMORPGs work or video games work in general, like full face representation and full customization. It is there in some games, but it's not heaps. Characters magically appearing in the game without their being a server log. I don't know, that's not how games work. I get that they had Ubisoft and all that shit on board, but I don't know, it feels like in media when we get games, it doesn't work well. South Park kind of nailed it. The most shows fail at showing what an actual game looks like and what it means to play it. I know it's a fictional game, but it just seems unrealistic to me. A TV show about video games should be catering for all of us who play video games. We're the most likely to watch the show, and thus, we're the ones that can pick apart the inaccuracies. I thought the pacing was a bit off, although it kind of had a twist at the end. I still feel like the final showdown or whatever, the final reveal was not epic enough, or wasn't built up enough. It just kind of felt slow overall, but it's still a first season. It's finding its feet, I'm sure. More settings. The show felt trapped. Almost the entire thing was shot in one location, which can work, but I felt like, given the scope of their company, I feel like it needed more sets somehow. I don't know, I'm struggling to find things I didn't like about the show, but that was one I thought that could have been a bit better. But hopefully in season 2 they ramp up the pacing a bit, or the humor. It's just my opinion, which is worthless, so who gives a shit? Let me know what you think of Mythic Quest. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe and all that stuff. Alright, see you later, guys.